Crush y'all ants and roaches. Shatter dreams like plates when I expand my focus. Yo, your little rants are hopeless. MCs freeze up on my ransom coldness, they frozen. So come up and try and eat that. I run this shit like a damn track runner with diarrhea. For some the way I blaze out, they can't manage that. Cause the whole style's played out like the fanny pack. Y'all dumbos, elephants, hell with it. Y'all get pissed on like you was R. Kelly's bitch. Girly rappers on the microphone, and you all wearing skirts just like the Pope. Now let's go. This a headbanger, real hip hop shit. Fist fight, everyone start a fucking mosh pit. You don't give a fuck anymore. Scream, cuss loud, everybody jump up and down. Hot shit, yeah. I know you feel this real shit. I know you feel this real shit. I know you feel this real shit. I know you feel this. Let's go. Yeah, I'm dope with my rhymes. Like every time I spit and wrote, I put Colombian coke with my lines. Some people say they ghetto, but embarrassed to tell us. Cause only time they in the hood is when they wearing a sweater. You put it up, think you rock it in your hood. I'll light it on fire. Yeah, bitch, now you the hottest in the hood. I'm not to be fooled with. I'll make your family play Russian roulette without them knowing it's a full clip. And the beat goes on, your weak flow soft. I'm sick like Neo song. If I can't turn off the radio when you gay niggas on it, I'll just stab it till I'm electrocuted or pull up my tech and shoot it. I roll ruthless, records rock, you're cool and instant. Hardcore twister, man, your roof will be missing. As I commence the contusions, I constantly carry the constant concentration of special ops troops on a mission. Or let's go. This a headbanger, real hip hop shit. Fist fight, everyone start a fucking mosh pit. You don't give a fuck anymore. Scream, cuss loud, everybody jump up and down the why the fuck, yeah. I know you feel this real shit. I know you feel this real shit. I know you feel this real shit. I know you feel this. Let's go, bang. D-Rev, motherfucker. Clench fist. Yeah, hurt locker motherfucker. Yeah, you wanna grip on the fast life, capture it, but don't start bitching when you crash right after it. Slaps you quick, kill a rap career, and you trash like rappers get thrown in a bag like fabulous. I'ma do it, no Kobe, but I'll still shoot like Kobe. You might know me as a motherfucking flow beast. I'ma tell you like I told your mom last night. Blow me. This a headbanger, real hip hop shit. Fist fight, everyone start a fucking mosh pit. You don't give a fuck anymore. Scream, cuss loud, everybody jump up and down while the fuck, yeah. I know you feel this real shit. I know you feel this real shit. I know you feel this real shit. I know you feel this. Let's go back. D-Rev is ill. I'm ill, motherfuckers. I'm ill. I'ma need y'all to vibe with me for a little bit as I rip this shit up. I'ma tear it to pieces, y'all. I'ma tear it up. Yeah, check me out. I got this. Yes, I am a harsh reality. It's hard to battle me. You talking bad to me? That'll have to be cease or awesome rapping, G. You whack to me, so faggot, please be cautious. Your rhymes are so gay, I have to hear them in my closet. They claim the horror as I'm staying nauseous till the day I lay with coffins. I break the honor, so they don't play the garbage, and they often say the same shit. Rap about the same clip, talk about the same bitch. To me, they ain't shit. I'm staying lit with some lyrics that crushing temples. It's fundamental, not simple. I'm nothing gentle like busting pimples. I'm just fucking with you. I come and hit you with pistols, dropping clips to you, shitty spitting, stinking, zoom sucking, money spit you. Really think you got me thinking I'll be sinking in some sicker shit into the minds of guys with rhymes delivering shivering.
Your show is scheduled to start in 20 seconds.
And I'm just getting started. I'm so ill.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
We go. Verse 2, check it. I got this. Yo, see, I don't hate on foes, those days is hating me, basically anticipating the day to be blazing greater to take my seat. Hold please, get on these and just gobble these. You fucking wannabes gotta be rocking hot the box with me. See, I'm definitely defining the definition of disgusting. Trust these niggas need some dusting. Busting raps like a rocket launcher, yeah, I got to warn you, I'm popping off the top of my god's noggin often. I spit lava on the microphone and leave it steaming and creeping. We can see sleepy dreams like Freddy Krueger, even cause I'm just a lethal beast, sneakily being beastie. We dropping shit like a seagull, he's weak and sees weakness being me. Huh, yo, let me slow it down, man. Punchlines knock them down to the ground, damn. Yeah, I knock them out of the ballpark. I am niche shit, and they a smart fart.
I'm ill, I'm ill, I'm ill. I'm ill, I'm ill, I'm ill, I'm ill. Motherfucker, I'm ill, motherfucker, I'm ill, motherfucker, I'm ill.
Still got one more verse. Bear with me, y'all, bear with me, let's go. Yeah. Hey yo, my psycho lyrical hyper spirit ain't going like the fear, and I'm might abiders who try to stare at the new ride you hearing. See, I can steer it and I won't crash. Driving Theodone fast, full gas, tank a dang, I'm driving feelings. I bring the pain, damn it, Canada standing, hammering damage and flow, choke slamming like Kane to make a panic. Just rampaging like Jackson, I make it happen when I'm rapping. I'm nasty like an ass, so open to a train of facts. Hating bastards, I assassinate them. Speak with words that slash your face with blades of word and sort of bats and rappers. Make them take my wrath and break them, lace them with braces for fractured faces. As I laugh for passion, you rappers get smashed like mashed potatoes. I'm making rappers great with blazing lyrics. Yeah, you fixers hate they hear the fact that when I rap, I raise my hater spirits. I can make the greatest cheer it, make them hear it as I make the latest fear it. Dodge a fucking shots of fate with matrix lyrics.
I'm ill, I'm ill.
Shout out to everybody else who did their own remix to this shit.
I'm ill,
Crooked Eye, Wale, Meek Millie, Jada, LOX, and everybody else. D-Red, signing out. Oh shit. Clench Fist mixtape coming real soon, friends. Yeah, and I'll never be sane. I bring insane pain quick with weapons in my mind that I take aim with. I'm deranged, lyrics ain't fits for my brain quick, man. In other words, shit, I got a gangbang spit. Red Nation, only selling the proof, cause there's a fine line between hate and telling the truth. And I never fuck the world, cause I think that bitch is just one huge cesspool of disease, so hold please. And I'm just getting started. Rhyme smart as astrophysicist, rap flow lyricist who holds the patience of a Shaolin monk. Believer carries a rage of Vikings, not giving a fuck pillage. I write the hardest scheme so rapidly. Each line's got a new, whenever the target sees catastrophe. Master at the artery, get havoc, see, losing's not an option, so I guess I got a Charlie Sheen mentality. Fuck a chorus, I'm a savage, masterpiece rappers be battling, rap to me, craft to me, actually snatch to me, naturally have to eat, have to be tactically, rapidly, cause I'm a fucking beast in a booth, and I'll attack you mean. They don't believe me like the eye on the pyramid. Flames been a pyro militant, like the Joker psycho, period. One nice slice of my knife will have you smiling, man, why it's so serious? Made a couple tracks, barely even made it, and people already started to compare me to the greatest. I think I'm good, but I think they all tripping. I ain't even close to their level, homie. Now listen, if you mix the Ice Cube with the intellect of immortal technique, with along with the speed of Mr. Tech 9, smush them with the delivery of universe, along with big punch sticks scheme, then you get me. And I can't leave the Jada kissing knives out along with the good poetic value of a rock album. It's impossible to mention them all in one verse, but I spit like this until I hit the hearse done. Feeling like I'm locked in a
Why are you detaining me? You about to lose your job. You about to lose your job. Get this dance. You about to lose your job because you are detaining me for nothing. You about to lose your job. You about to lose your job. Get this dance. You about to lose your job. I'm Martinez. You about to lose your job. Get this dance. You about to lose your job. Get this dance. You about to lose your job because you are detaining me for nothing. You about to lose your job. Get this dance. You about to lose your job. Get this dance. You about to lose your job because you are detaining me Cause you ain't got no reason.
Chilling in the tree for it, man. Doing drugs. Okay. Word. Yo, lights, we got the place in a trance, man. Drugs. Counting money as I swig my beer. Got a text from J Crime saying it's all year. More weed, more Molly, and we'll be right there. The quality of every substance, bruh, is all top tier. Bit the lid that I'll jet. From the Jex to a carro, from the corner store bodega to a pollo hermanos. Backpack with the gat, had the fully with hollow. Straight murk the competition, had to hire my rivals. Gave me girl too, your boyfriend a rookie, and I can coach you from coach shoes to Jimmy Choo simping. That's what the birds do. We run through, constantly improve. Doing the rule security. Know I'm sharp but still violate the mood. Got me thinking to move. I'ma stay but still get away. The life of a hustler / entertainer in the making. And it's all for the taking. And what we taking? I'm talking pay. Hey, yo, I can't stop. I only got thoughts for this money. If you don't, then I ain't fucking with your bank drops.
Overtime off, motherfucker.
Hear ye, make way for the Kingz. The Kingz are here.
You think the bitches are great because you're fucking seasonal, nigga. You can't be seasonal.
Can't be seasoning, nigga.
This shit's 24 hours a day.
You can't be oregano.
It's literally not what he's saying.
You can't be mint.
You're listening to the Kingz Podcast with your hosts, Karizmatik.
Yeah, you talking seasonings, I'm talking seasonings.
Hey yo, welcome to another installment of the Kingz Podcast. I am yours truly, Karizmatik.
It's your boy Irish O'Neal.
And Annie Moush.
And today we got joining us the wonderful Trash Panda himself,
Hello.
Vaiden Jones.
Yeah, what's up, motherfucker?
Man, I'm chilling.
Or as I like to call him, VD.
I don't, that's
I
not.
don't get that, because it's not.
Vaiden, VD.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but that's not how
I-
initials work.
You
I've
don't,
had
you don't
my
get
name
to
my
initial
whole
this.
life.
I initialed him. You don't get to nickname him. I just did. That's not fair.
Oh,
Back
okay.
up off my territory, yo. That's my
Okay.
shit. VD! That's funny. Vaiden,
No, Trash Panda. TP.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
So how's it going, TP? How's our corona treating you?
It's great. Actually, really good.
Are trash pandas immune to corona?
So far.
So far, that's good. Not immune to legs being broken, right?
No,
Yes,
not at all.
That's
It's tragedy.
I'm sorry, man. It's all right. Now, as I recall, that happened in a cycling accident.
No, skateboard.
Skateboard.
Yeah.
He likes to skate.
Well, I used to. I don't like to
that-
do it so much
That
anymore.
YouTube likes to skate.
Come on now, white boys break and then they get back together. You guys like work on glue and shit, right?
I'm still working up to the ability to do that. I can bicycle again though.
That's good.
All right, we're gonna get more into that after these plugs right quick. You know, gotta big up ourselves real quick. Ooh, I'm feeling that. Yo, I'm your boy Karizmatik. You can catch me at Karizmatik IPE on Facebook, Karizmatik_ME on IG and Twitter. And you can catch me on your mom. But book me, and we're hoping to get out of this Corona mess sometime soon. Catch my boy Elos on on IG, and catch him on I'm forgetting everything right now. Catch him on YouTube. Yeah. Catch him on YouTube, and I'm gonna let y'all get to it. Let me get myself together real quick.
All right, Ani_Moush on Instagram and Twitter. Follow me. Follow my Etsy page by Moush on Etsy. Why am I now choking?
See?
What is this? On Instagram by _Moush. On Etsy by Moush. Everything that I make in the month of June from currently that's on Etsy is going to Black Lives Matter. So all the things currently on there. And then tomorrow at 6 to 7 p.m. live on my Instagram and also live on YouTube, Brandon Valley and I are doing a live art auction to support Black Lives Matter. We're also selling exclusive t-shirts that I'm only selling during that time. We've already sold 6 of them, or committed to 6 of them. So if you can get more of those, you can see that up on my story. And if there's any local artists that want to share or donate any of their work to support the cause, definitely DM me. And then if there are any, Black or POC artists or business owners or anybody, the musicians that you want to just send me like your stuff or somebody that you know, I will highlight it during the hour that we're doing the auction, and then that way we can just support our local community as well at the same time. So that's tomorrow.
Oh yeah, Vaiden Jones, what do you got to plug, sir?
Trash Panda everything. Check out my YouTube channel. We got some good content. Trash_Vader on Instagram. And shout out plug for Mike Setlow. He's doing great things with not just delivery, but like a bunch of cannabis cheese.
Is it ready?
Setlow's the man.
It's not ready. We're getting ready to make some.
So excited.
Setlow, we gotta get you on soon. Gotta get you on soon.
Some cheese.
Right? I don't even like cheese. Not like that. Remember, spreadable cheese like Breeze and shit like that. I'm kind of hoity-toity when it comes to cheese. You know what I mean? I don't do civilian cheeses, okay? None of that civilian shit out here. None of this, cheddar. I don't know. No cheddar, nigga. No cheddar, nigga.
Okay, can he finish his plugs though?
Oh, I am.
Okay.
Instagram and Twitter, guys, it's Irish O'Neill. Follow me there. Check out the STC podcast. We got a great episode today with Rick Hartness and Gerby Laguerre. Should be a fun time. You catch me on this podcast every Sunday and Thursday. Midlife ISIS on Saturdays. Check out, all the podcasts I'm producing and shit, guys. Check that shit out. If you want to check out my band, you can. Dancers.bandcamp.com. We just sold a couple more copies the other day, which is kind of nice. People taking advantage of that free... it was like Bandcamp wasn't taking a cut for a change, but he was a pretty big cut as well. But yeah, guys, follow and check all that shit out. And if you like any of the shit on Gas Digital Network, let me know. We got codes for you, so you can get a two-week free trial
Shout out
if you
to
want.
the SDR show.
Yeah. That's it. That's that.
John
motherfucker.
Hales, this week's episode on YouTube today.
Nice.
Talks about the Tiger King.
Should we get to the old Principales?
Fuck you.
I wake up with a king mentality.
Well, guys, these are our principles. Part of our king mentality, if you will. The first and foremost is confidence. You need confidence to really do anything in life, but we're talking about getting these ladies, guys. Confidence is there hasn't been a single woman that's come in here and refuted that confidence is a necessity. And the way we equate it is like a salesman. All right, you believe in your fucking product. Okay, you know your product works. Not everyone's gonna want your product, but you're still gonna pitch it to everyone. And if they don't want it, hey, thank you for your time. If they do want it, great. You don't give a fuck what their reaction is. You know that your shit works.
If you don't want to fuck you, who gonna want to fuck you? Right, Trash Panda?
That's what I'd say. It's like my product is a privilege,
I like that.
Nice.
So to get this Trash Panda,
Keeping it topical.
Trash Panda privilege. I like that shit. I didn't know that Trash Pandas had privilege, but like
He's got that TPP.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, throw that up with white guy privilege. Fuck it. Second,
It's the same but different.
Second, it has to be honesty. All the time, honesty. If you ain't telling them who you are, how the fuck can they accept you? How the fuck can you get what you want if you're not actually ready to speak on it? I mean, if you want to be accepted for who you are, you got to be ready to put that into the world and have the people that can accept you, you know, see you for who you are so they can.
Yeah, if they don't like it, fuck them.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? Move on. You have other people that you can, that there are billions of people in this world. You ain't got to fuck with those few. You know what I'm saying? You ain't stuck in jail unless you're stuck in jail.
And then something you just gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah. So I mean, I think that leads us into the third.
Yeah. So the third principle is social intelligence. So basically, what we mean when you approach anybody in life, like have something to say, bring something to the table, be interesting, have a hobby, you know, have a personality, have a trash panda. You know what I mean? I would argue that's part of your social intelligence. Would you agree?
Yeah. You know, awareness is key in pretty much everything.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, absolutely. Know your demo.
So does a trash panda like hunt like trash pandesses, or like what's the female trash panda?
You just kind of
female panda. Other panda.
Trash panda does his thing, you know. He's already doing pretty good. Does his thing. If another trash pandess.
Yep. So that is the terminology, right?
It's
It
so
is
close
now.
to penis.
No,
it could be.
trash panda.
Oh.
If you're feeling what you're feeling.
Yeah, do you? Do you, boo boo? Hell yeah. Yo, I mean, if that's the flavor of the week that week, that's the flavor of the week, bro. I'm not.
Could be.
I ain't got time to judge you. Did you have fun? Good job.
Exactly.
Good fucking job. You know what I mean? I ain't got time to judge you. You like what you like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It breaks my heart anytime people don't like me, but like.
Yeah, it really breaks my heart too.
Like, bro, man, it hurts. It hurts something vicious. But
I
like,
trip people up with my type, dude.
yo, I'd say a lot of people just be confused. I guess you know what I'm saying.
Mad confused.
Well, and it's always funny because just in that regard, it's like the people that have the biggest voices about like who you should or shouldn't date. It's not to make it a contest or anything, but it's like, let's take a look at you people's track history. You know what I mean? Like a lot of the
just like, I
the
would never
unhappy.
speak on any. You don't know what happens behind closed doors.
don't.
Like you don't know any.
But
of
it's
that.
just
How can
it's
you speak
humorous
on-
to me that the most people that are doing this are people that are single, have clearly not had success or have love in their life, at least in a maybe from their family and friends. But that ain't what I'm fucking talking about. I'm talking about fucking and
Talking about that ass.
Yeah, I'm talking about that kind of relationship. And a lot of these people that are the loudest about like, oh well, women should be like this, you should do that. It's like, you don't have a man in your life, and we can all tell before you even had to tell us.
Like my whole thing is that women should be how they want to be. You know what I mean? Like I thought that was the whole purpose in this. If this is the way they choose to live their life, I mean, you can criticize, I guess, their lifestyle, but not their ability to live that lifestyle. You understand what I'm saying? Like that's their choice. So you kind of have to stick up for that as well. You don't have to agree with everything.
You know what it's become? It's like the whole. It's almost like the free speech thing. How people where it's like you know where we're like everyone has a right to free speech, but then you see like a bunch of people dressed up as Nazis, and you're like, I fucking hate that, but like they have to be able to do that for this to work. And it's kind of like women have almost applied that now, where it's like yeah, women should be able to do whatever they want, but then they see like women doing the proverbial like wearing of a Nazi outfit kind of thing essentially, and they're like. Well, no, you can't do that. It's like, it's all or nothing, bitch.
Because to
Exactly.
them, it's going against the progress. You know what I mean?
From their perspective.
From their perceived progress.
Exactly. If I could finish my sentence.
Oh, we just
We excited.
You're helping them
Just-
prove
you
their
just man-
points.
we
You know
just-
what I
we
mean?
trying
When
to
you do
mansplain
that.
her
We just
right
help
now.
them. We just have. No,
You know?
we man finished that sentence. Okay, motherfucker, get it
Again,
right.
proving their point.
Yep,
you
man
know?
finished.
Whose
that
side
sentence.
are you on, bitch?
Well, fucking, I complain all the time about that.
You
know what
do,
I mean?
you do.
So it's a thing.
No, I mean, nobody's gonna like. You definitely. Everybody chimes in when they chime in and all that. No, I'm not gonna ask that guy. Don't cut you off. It definitely happens.
I know, but
I'd
that's
cut
the
that motherfucker
point.
off too, yeah.
But that's
Yeah,
just
right.
like that's just like a small scale of it. You know what I mean?
No, true, but like.
But
you
like,
know-
it's not so extreme. Like that's literally the most extreme.
You're the
Is I
only-
get cut off.
You're the
You know what I mean?
And you're the person that gets to judge that is whether or not it's disrespect. And you've learned that there are a lot of other problems in the world. Like I'm gonna fight someone for cutting me off. No, I'll just.
But
cut
here's
them
the
back
other
off.
thing. The other thing is like people don't think that I have like the nerve to be like, yo, you cut me off all the time. understand that bothers me and please try to work on stopping. Like, what? Know that I can do that. Like, other people don't have to do that for me. And honestly, that's flattering that people want to do that for me. That means, I've obviously made a good impression on them. But, like, I could do that. Can make my own independent woman decisions.
I don't know. I think we should pray for Ani.
I'll pray for you.
My God.
Lord.
Hashtag pray for Ani.
Lord and Savior.
Stick it
We
right
wanna
on a
pray
t-shirt,
for our
you know?
girl Ani today.
Wait, I'll go get a tambourine the other
It'll
room
sell.
to get this going.
That's all I'm saying.
Hallelujah. Wade in the water. Wade
in the water. Wade in the water.
Alabama's coming out of this motherfucker. Look at that.
He peeked up. He's like, oh,
I know that one. Hallelujah.
Remember that from my
Dear Lord.
Moush, will you do the fandango?
Dear Lord, please protect Ani from the horrors that are me, Irish O'Neal. The horrifying
And his
abusive
penis.
person. Yeah, that's what you need to say. Say a prayer for a pussy.
Anyways, so Trash Panda. On that note,
Oh my God.
how
On a Sunday.
how does a trash? What's the Trash Panda's typical philosophy? First off, when did thou become said?
Thou.
When did thou become said Trash Panda? I speak at the white.
It's funny because like I don't like have any jokes about being a trash panda. It just kind of happened once.
How does one become a trash panda?
Well, first you
One just
you
is.
move like 1,000 miles away from home and then just become homeless for like half a year.
Okay. I see where the trash enters the equation. Where does the panda come from?
It's funny because I've never told anybody like the true origin of it.
Ooh, is it King's exclusive? Do we have?
And it's actually on topic too, because Trash Panda was a pet name that I had for a girlfriend right before I moved to Boston.
Nice.
That's hilarious.
What a
That's
King's
honestly.
And she broke my fucking heart.
exclusive.
How did you end up on with the nickname? How did you end up giving her the nickname Trash Panda?
It was like she kind of came up with it. Honestly, it was. But
Was she
yeah,
black
it was
and
like
white?
No, she was a ginger. Actually, it's weird.
She was a Japanese ginger?
She wasn't Japanese.
She's a panda. Panda's all Japanese.
Aren't they Chinese?
That's racist. That's fucking
I'm pretty sure
racist.
they're Chinese.
No, I think most
Mister,
of them are
I
Chinese.
grew up with
I'm
Asians.
pretty sure.
Let's
pandas
go to the
are
internet.
actually Chinese.
It's time for
Wait,
another
wait.
edition of Who's the Racist One?
Is this jousting?
Yeah, this is. Hey, we gotta find our panda or Japan. Call in with your with your answer now. So
China.
it says
China.
mainland
Get
Japan.
it.
You're a liar, sir.
It says mainland Japan.
It says China.
It says China. He was right. He beat me. He beat me. I am racist against pandas. I do not know where pandas come from.
That's rude.
Shit.
That's rude. Well, you know what though? At first you didn't know something, and now you learned something, and now you're a better person for it.
Oh my God, is that how it works? Holy
Progress.
shit. Ani.
Moush, will you do the fandango?
I don't know if that was worth the full drop. I thought you should have gotten half of that one.
Yeah, she should have dropped the one, Ani.
One more of those out of place ones. I'm taking the soundboard
Okay.
back, bitch. Don't abuse the power of giving. See, this is what happens. You give women power and they abuse it.
I mean, bro,
Too
like...
much. Too much. You know, we were having fun.
No. You see, I think it's completely fair. We've had power for so long. When you finally get power, what is the first thing you do? You go a little overboard. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's hard to know, like...
You know what it is?
You know?
I'll admit something. I think that there should be more drops on Kingz more often.
I agree.
And I just went overboard.
With
Sorry.
your own. You could have dropped anybody else's. Like,
I feel like acknowledged dropped, so I just did that one. I have 3. I gotta get to know them better. We don't drop them enough.
It's okay, Ani. I have
It's
no problem.
You know
with
what?
it.
We have
I
3.
owned up to my
We have-
mistake.
We have a
and I'm
pallet full
sorry.
of drops. What do you mean we have 3 drops? We have a pallet.
No, for
full.
her.
No. There's my
For
line.
her, there's 5.
Oh,
yeah,
her.
but I haven't gone through them enough.
Ani.
Because we don't play them enough. I don't remember them all.
I just want to point out, if we're talking about fairness, there's a Ani has more drops than the rest of us. So I don't want to hear anything.
And it's my show. So, Ani.
You know what? I also want to point out that the first time I even came on Kingz, I was like, I want a queen drop. let's go. And that was me kind of putting it into one day I'd become the host.
Because you came in. Because you came in. We're here to talk about.
I'm gonna mute my own mic. I'm gonna mute my mic myself. Yes, go for it.
So, Mr. Trash Panda. All right, so
Mr. the Panda.
Mr. TP. Mr. the Panda. So was you breaking up with Trash Panda the origin of the New England or Boston Trash Panda? Or did it take a little bit?
It was definitely part of.
Did you have to marinate
the
in the Boston
inspiration
trash?
to move?
Oh, really?
It
wasn't just being in Alabama.
Well, I know, right? I know. That was also a big factor. No, I chose Boston because I didn't know anybody here.
Oh, I thought you chose it because it was just the next letter in the alphabet. He's like Alabama, Boston. It's like,
By
that's
the
not
way,
a state.
that's someone that's associated with the Illuminati. That's what they would say.
Oh,
I'll go back.
I
I'll
mean,
just go back to it.
I cannot confirm or deny any relationship with the Illuminati.
So, how long? So, after arriving in Boston, how long did it take before, let's say, you joined the comedy scene and before the origin of Trash Panda?
It was maybe 6 months into doing comedy in Boston. I started doing comedy as soon as I got here.
All right.
Because I'd been doing comedy for 2 years before I moved here in Birmingham.
How different is the scene as far as comedy goes?
So different and so the same at the same time.
How so, Sway?
Well, so fewer clubs.
Yeah.
So we got 2 open mics maybe a week in Birmingham, and then you might have to drive to Atlanta or Memphis or Nashville to just get time somewhere.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So you very different scene. But the same in the same way that it's clicky. Everybody forms their little cliques and groups and supports and tries to support everybody. Mm-hmm. But
I've come to learn that's just literally every you cannot avoid.
Yeah,
it's the tribalism. Because I came from that was the whole point of for me coming into when I don't really stop doing metal, but when I started trying to do stand up and stuff, it was I went I know that a lot of times I come off like an asshole. So then I was like, let me go out of my way to not do that when I came into this. And even through that, and even before, with even removing me or anything said about me from it, is I was just already noticing the clicks just coming into it. I'm like, there's just no escape.
That's just human nature for people to see something that they don't normally like and think, okay, if you see something that normally looks like a monster to you, but actually is not a monster, you're gonna initially think it's a monster.
That's the human brain's initial survival tactic.
Of course.
You know what I'm
same
saying?
things goes for relationships.
Oh shit, that has teeth. It's probably dangerous. I should walk away. You know what I mean? So shit like that, it's ingrained in our brain, and we've learned through living in society that that's not the exact answer. You know what I mean?
It's definitely an instinct.
Yeah.
In just our human,
it
human
kept
nature.
us alive.
Yeah.
Discrimination literally kept us alive as we came up. Because once a lion eats you, you're gonna know what a lion is forever after
and
that.
now that our society has completely developed, we can now learn and do better.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
You know that
we don't have to run from lions anymore.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
Well, you still may have to run from lions, but you know that your initial response might not be the best. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying.
Yeah. I was just translating it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But so was the entrance into let's say was the entrance into the comedy scene in Boston a little jarring for you? Were there any hard times coming into the scene? Was it difficult for you at all or anything like that? Or did you find it pretty?
No, I felt like I stood on my own pretty well.
Yeah.
And like I said, I didn't know anybody here anyway.
Yeah.
So it's kind of what I had asked for. It's kind of exactly what I wanted. Was to just stand on my own and not have to worry about who am I offending. I can just do my stuff.
Fair.
And see how it works out.
Yeah.
I think one of my first interactions with you was a full blown argument.
Yeah, but we ended that argument with a laugh. We were cool.
At that instant, I was like, all right, so
dudes
this is a
can
man
do
that
though. Guys can do that so easily. When ladies cannot as easily.
Just disagreeing is not personal. It's okay, he lives a different lifestyle than me. I can let that happen.
That's the thing, guys. We can just squash beef so quickly. Literally, if Vaiden and I had a huge thing where we just fuck that guy, whatever. If him and I went and fist fought, most likely afterwards it would be squashed.
Definitely.
It would be like, all right, cool. Like, and you see things like, all right, let's go grab a beer or shit like that. Like I do that with my friends growing up. Like Dirty Mike or something would say some shit to me. Dirty Mike would say some shit to me. We'd fucking go at it for a couple rounds and then be like, all right, let's go fucking get a drink or fucking.
I was actually just thinking about that argument like the other day because it was like over should I go to this comedy class or not?
Yeah.
And it was like yes, no. You were gonna go to that class? No. Okay then.
Yeah.
I was like, you damn right.
He was arguing for it, but at the end of it, I was like, wait, are you going? He was like, no. I was like, yeah, fucking asshole.
You're like, you argumentative fuck.
No, but like, that's great. That's great. I love that because that's a motherfucker who literally, we just had an argument just for fuck's sake. Apparently, like I got into
I
it,
was
but like,
just being
again, that's a thing that
contradictory to be
dudes
contradictory.
love. I mean, granted, there are
love to
some
argue.
women that love to argue too. I am not one of them.
But at the end of the day, we are comics as well. If we can't laugh,
Right.
At shit
Yeah.
off,
Right. That's the difference.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, I'm good. Thank you.
Well, and also it's like we're really good about telling like the intent of the like, you know what I mean? Like if he's going at me, it's like I don't take it personal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if it's someone that I'm like an acquaintance or I don't know you that well, or it's just like you can kind of tell when someone's intent is like, we're just joking and stuff, and when they're trying to be a cunt.
Yeah.
Like so.
Or also, I can just tell when someone's just trying to be personal and not trying to just like critiques are critiques. I will take a critique because honestly, whether it's wrong or right, you took the time. It means you care a little bit. You know
Well,
what I mean?
yeah, but then you
They're
have to
trying make me
separate like,
better,
is it righteous or not?
You know, but you took the time out of your life to give my life critique.
Right.
I'm gonna at least be like, you give a damn.
But at what point?
Let's
Well,
move
at
forward.
what point do you draw the line? Because there's a certain point where you can't keep up with all the critique anymore. You know what I mean? There's
can't.
gonna be a time where you're like, there's too many people chiming in on my life.
There will always be, but like you hear what you hear. So the people that you hold in high regard, those are the ones that you take in first. Apparently,
Right,
the
of
other ones you
course.
may see, but you might not give any regard to because it has no basis
Right.
in your life.
Right.
But like the ones that have any credence, you know, like somebody that's never like put you in the wrong light. You know what I'm saying? Like someone, if you had someone
Well,
like,
no, there are people like that
Yeah,
also give
definitely.
me unfair critique sometimes, but I'm
No, true.
willing to talk about that
you
with
have
them.
still listen and hear them out. Exactly.
course.
Because they're trying. They might be
Of course.
wrong.
Yeah.
Of
They're
course, but it's like understand that there's gonna come a time where like
There's also
True.
there's also just people that inherently will never be a fan of you.
That's
That's
one.
fine.
It's like one of
Unless
my
you-
mottos.
yeah.
though.
That's
It's like
okay.
it's okay to be wrong. Like
it's
Yeah.
it's just okay to be wrong, even if it's you.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
Yes.
like I
I
say it
mean-
all the time. Like somebody will prove me wrong, I'll be like, damn.
Honestly,
it's okay to be wrong.
You don't
Honestly,
learn being
fine.
right all the time.
I made a
Yeah.
post this morning, and in not so many words about like
My
5
dude,
people I
you gotta
respect.
stop with
just
the
told me like just to
8:45 messages.
5 people
in
I
the
respect
morning.
straight up just told me like yeah, shut the fuck up. Like in not so many words, they were like yeah, bro, shut up. I was like,
All right.
okay, okay, I respect y'all, and apparently it's not only one of y'all that think this way, so I'll shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? I can be reasonable. I don't have to be right all the goddamn time. The fuck? I am right though, but I don't have to be right all the goddamn time.
No, but it goes to that like self-awareness thing. Like just take a step back, take yourself out of the situation, and like look at it objectively.
Is there
Like,
any
that's it.
chance I could be wrong?
Yeah, and try like that's why I love arguing. Like
Yes,
trying to be
yes.
contradictory, even though I may or may not believe
Right.
in what I'm arguing. At least I'm trying to see it from a different side.
Exactly.
And that's what makes people smarter. That's brain gymnastics. You see that right there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you learn from your best like competitors too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And those are going to be the people who are critiquing you the most.
If you're never challenged, how does your game get better?
I mean, that's how you get better with comedy and like literally
that's life.
anything
Yep.
else. Yeah.
Yep. If walking was never hard, you'd have no runners.
Thanks for that.
Oh, yeah. Like what?
You know what I'm saying?
How could you? You know that's a sensitive subject for us, sir.
No, I'm just saying you gotta walk before you run. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta wheel before you walk, and then you gotta trash panda it out. But that was stupid. Anyways, so have you had any luck as far as finding trash pandesses in Boston?
I've had a couple of relationships. I've had like 3 relationships in the last 2 years that were okay.
How do you find the
Yeah.
Boston variety of pandesses?
I mean, panda's a panda, you know. That's the way. I mean, there's a variety everywhere, you know.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it's like my kind of like my I'll apply it to this. Pandas are all wet and pink on the inside.
So wait, are you more of a tit panda guy or an ass panda guy?
I mean,
What part of the panda that suits you?
I'm more of a legs and ass.
Legs and ass?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, some panda legs. That's some interesting.
How long?
shit.
How long typically
Panda
until you
legs.
give them the bamboo?
I mean, typically. I mean, I've had a couple of like one-nighters over the last year.
Nice.
Before breaking the leg.
Now, and is your goal ultimately when you first or like is your frame of mind like just trying to get some pussy, have some fun? Are you looking for a relationship, or what is it exactly? You just kind of like going with the flow.
I'm just kind of going with the flow.
Yeah, they say that's a problem in the panda community that y'all don't be fucking like all the time. Like I'll be reserving your fucks.
Not all
Right,
the
now
time,
you're taking Panda 2
but
literally.
I mean, we have some seasons. You know?
Yeah, season panda fuck season. No, I didn't. All right, cool.
Hibernation.
Masturbation.
That's what happens in hibernation.
Reconciliation. I don't know. Keep going. But so I mean, what have you found your philosophy to be as far as dating goes?
I mean, if I'm truly dating somebody, you know, you want to be on the same page about what your relationship is, whether it's like we're just messing around or whatever, like you're talking about. If I'm truly just dating somebody, I don't really like to see other people at all.
There you go.
I like to stay monogamous if I'm like committing, saying this is what we're doing, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm always looking for, it's like an equal relationship as far as I'm concerned. Like, you need to bring something to the table. I think I bring something to the table.
Okay. I don't see that. Like, I don't call that equal because
I agree with the second part of your statement. I don't personally believe in the idea of an equal relationship or a 50-50 relationship, because if things are nothing in the world that's 50-50 can move forward. It's just at a stalemate. And it can just be 60-40, but like someone's got to lead.
Yeah, I also kind of subscribe to the theory that in every relationship there's a chaser and a chasee. So on that alone, it's 60-40.
Okay,
Already,
maybe.
You know what I'm saying? Because one is always closer to out, and the other one's always a lot closer to end. So one's trying harder, just off rip.
But if I'm in a committed relationship, like I said, I want to try to make it as equal as possible and kind of grow together.
Yeah.
What does equal mean to you?
Like I said, like I provide something. Maybe if it's, I don't know. Maybe if I'm financially better than the other, there's a balance maybe at home.
Like, do they have to have a job?
I mean, it wouldn't matter to me, but like,
Okay.
you shouldn't rely on me for everything.
Right.
But I
You
shouldn't
should be
have to-
self-sufficient.
Yeah, you should definitely be like
Sure.
self-sufficient
Yeah.
before I even like really want to consider
Yeah.
committing to
Be an
like
adult,
being around you.
Right? Be an adult is what we're saying.
Yeah, no, definitely be an adult, but still being an adult is not you could be an adult and still be 40-60, 60-40. You know what I mean? Like, it's just one might not need, huh?
Oh, we got a chair if you want to hang. Yeah, come on in.
You got like, so basically one. Sorry, I lost my train of thought real quick with that.
60-40.
60-40.
So it's 60-40, but because it like one may not need as much as the other person needs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's still codependent. I think that's what you're going for.
Well,
you guys both bringing something to the table because
That's not necessarily codependence.
Coexistence.
I'm saying those relate. Certainly, there are people who seek out those kind of relationships where, like, I want to be babied and the other person wants to be in charge.
You don't have to seek it out.
there's a whole genre of porn.
Life
for that.
circumstances make those shits happen.
But it's not like the person that's following, so to speak, is like inept or like a baby.
Exactly.
It's just it's like it's essentially like I don't know, like the I don't know how to describe it. I always go to like the army example, like Patrice had, and it's like, you know, it's like if you're the leader of an army, you got to give your soldiers orders. If you don't give your soldiers orders, they're gonna be like, if they're just hanging around, they're like, this is the worst fucking army ever.
Yeah.
Like,
honestly, yeah.
And this is the way I equate it to women, because people hear that and then they're like, what the fuck does that mean? Okay, here's an example. You lady, because I'm only talking male to female type relationships because those are the only ones that I've ever been in. Male to female lady. Okay, woman asks man, hey, can you choose one of these things out of these things that I'm asking you to pick? Or, hey, can you make a decision on one of these things so that I can make a decision because I have all of these things in my head because that's how women function? How frustrating is it, ladies, when your man doesn't make those decisions and you have to hound them on it over and over and over again? Wouldn't it be easier if you just they already knew and already told you that answer? You could already just know that because that's the relationship that you have, or they had the ability to make those decisions. That's what we're saying.
And it comes down to because the problem is women when they're a little girl, they build up this idea of a Prince Charming in their head, and it's a Mr. Perfect that's impossible. Like, ladies, you'll never find that guy ever. And so then you try to dictate.
By the way, why do you want that guy?
Yeah, why?
Yeah, that guy's boring as fuck.
That guy's make-believe.
He's usually gay, too.
It's literally
usually
a
gay.
fairy tale.
Well, it's not. It's just y'all don't have
magic.
penises.
Prince Charming is fake.
And this is what happens ultimately.
just gay.
If the guy, if the guy's not, because first of all, I always stick to this. Women don't have the ability on a nature level to lead, nor do they want to lead. And if you let them lead the relationship, it ultimately equates to them feeling like your mom, and then they are fucking out.
And that's one of the points that, like, because people always think that we have to agree on everything, that we disagree on, because there are cucks in the world, you know what I'm saying? So with every cuck, there's probably a girl that runs that cuck. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
But
there have to be female
That guy
leaders.
is choosing to be in that, and I mean...
Maybe it's just his natural
But
makeup.
also-
Not every guy's an alpha.
But also, if
I
that's
guess
your
so, hey.
relationship, be honest and truthful that is you.
That's the point. That's
We've had people come in here and, like, we've been like, she runs the relationship, and he'd be like, I don't give a fuck. Like,
okay.
Thank you.
Then you're both happy.
What is the bottom line here? The bottom line is we just want to make sure that the people we talk to, when they're telling us, like, this is my situation, blah, 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 that you are genuinely happy and not bullshitting us. That's all. Like, hey, if you're actually happy and you're not trying to come in here and me phoning, like, yes, I'm very happy, and then we can see behind your eyes, like, the pain and the help me screaming. Like, if you're like, yes, I'm actually, this is how I am, I like it. Okay.
Because once we have that honesty, then we can talk about it so that we can learn about you and your situation and your perspective, so that collectively as a group we can grow.
And there's a lot of guys that'll be like, yep, I'm happy. Like, this is exactly it. And then, like, we'll talk in 2 or 3 years and we'll see where they're at. But, like, there's a couple people have come on here that I have a silent bet going with myself that, like, I'm going to check in 2 years because I see how that's going to progress. I can see it in a lot of them.
Well, like, so there are a few that I feel that way about as well. But, like, honestly, if they're able to tough it out, they're able to tough it out. But, like, I'm always just watching. Because, like, because, like,
not even judging, just observing, literally on a nature, like, it's like a nature show. I'm just, like, watching how these interactions happen.
We're comedians. We make social commentary, basically, right? So how else am I supposed
that's
to
a big
make a
accusation
social
to call me a
commentary?
comedian, sir.
Well.
Those are your words, not
you
mine.
are the cover photo.
We make jokes. So as
and
joke
you know
makers,
what's really interesting? Actually, I had this thought today, and I wanted to
sorry,
wait
you
on the
just cut him
podcast.
off.
I'm so sorry.
No.
Finish what you're saying.
No,
it's super relevant.
Hold on. We went over at the beginning how it's okay and what will happen. Go ahead.
Don't you think that it's interesting that Boston comedians to the Facebook group, their cover photo right now in this climate is not about Black Lives Matter or Black comedians in the scene?
Well, I'm sorry. I don't think everybody they shouldn't unanimously be on everything.
No, but I mean, there's so many people in the group just like talking about it, trying to support and all that, and
that is a thing.
It just seems like a better use of time.
Definitely would have been a better use of time. I'm not going to argue that. Should they have made it something related? Not exactly. It would have definitely been a better use of time.
Right.
That's non-negotiable.
I just wanted to get your opinion on that because that's currently what it is.
Right, like the group shouldn't be run like Trump when he's having a tantrum.
I'm so sorry that I interrupted you. Please
so
continue.
much content.
It's like it's
just so much content.
This is what you call a good podcast.
You see,
is it?
We try to keep it fair.
Kingz, we give you our big fat meaty content. Over and over again.
All day, every day.
Back to Trash Panda.
Between.
Sorry, we got caught in the ecstasy of the content.
Yeah.
We love to give you this big content. All day, every day. Vampire. So where was that?
Yeah, he was making a point, and then you derailed it to talk about Boston comedy. I thought you were done talking about it, Madam.
It's okay.
I know, I'm just fucking with it.
I need to find my way.
We were talking about, we were talking about the whole 50-50 relationship thing.
Well, the last relationship I had, actually, we mutually agreed to.
Oh, women can't lead. That's what
to break up.
Oh,
and still remain we're still friends. Like that's all the other day. Like, and that's fine. But we both recognized that, like, I wasn't able to give her something that she was looking for.
Yeah.
And I knew I just wasn't going to be able to. And at the same time, she wasn't like emotionally supporting like some of the things that I needed to deal with. But it was also like, recognize that about yourself, and then like let's talk about it. And then
I've been
here
in
we
that
are, we're still friends.
situation. Yeah.
If you were honest about what was going on, you guys talked, and I was like, oh, this doesn't seem like it's gonna work. Like, let's just
Also
we can
been
be
in that
adults about it.
situation where it ends up where that doesn't work out. So you're lucky that you're able to like be civil.
Yeah, but true. At least you tried.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least you tried. You can't please everybody, but you can try and make things amicable. Yeah. That's a tough word to get out.
When my fiance and I broke up, this was fucking 6 years or 7 years ago. We sat down and had a nice long talk, and at the end of it, I just looked at her because she wanted to leave, and I kind of saw it coming, and was just like,
"You want to fuck?"
No, well, no. We ended it with high five, good game. That was it. I got an apartment, moved out. Like, it was fine.
Wow. I really thought they were gonna fuck. I really thought.
I mean, I'm not saying we didn't.
Was this the Trash Panda relationship?
No, this
different
was
one.
so much further back.
Wow, okay.
So, how many women did you date when you were down in Alabama?
Date? Not that many, honestly.
Have you dated more here or there?
Here.
Here?
Yeah, definitely.
Which is your favorite?
So far, which one is my favorite of that I've dated?
Yeah.
So, Korean.
There you go. There you go. So like an Alabama Korean or like a Boston Korean?
Boston.
Do they have Koreans in Alabama?
Yeah, every now and then.
Are they just passing through?
No, they work at the hospitals and stuff.
Oh yeah. Y'all got those?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Good ones.
They're part of the Illuminati.
Everything out there is. Everything out there is. Birmingham.
I'm gonna get canceled now.
Yo, he just gave Boston chicks a shout out. You know what I'm saying? He just shouted y'all out. He said y'all are the best variety, especially between here and Alabama.
I mean, just in my experience so far, that was my favorite.
What would you say is the biggest difference between the culture or the women, the culture between the women here and there, if you will?
It's certainly like a much more open-mindedness, just in general.
In Boston?
Yeah.
Really?
So yeah.
Yeah.
Have you heard of Alabama?
Well, yeah. I guess. Yeah. I just immediately thought of certain people.
Like, what do you like coming up as a male in Alabama? What do you expect it to be?
What was I expected to be?
Yeah, is there like an image that you're supposed to uphold as an Alabama male? Or
yeah, I mean,
Southern gentleman.
I mean, it's
is that what it,
you
is
know,
that the one, or?
It's when you're growing up in Alabama as a male, you're go to college, get a job, settle down, have a family, repeat.
ABC's
like that's
life.
what you're expected, and fuck that.
Yeah, up here it's go to school, go to college, become a cook for about 3 years, then get a girl, cook out for another 2, and then you figure it out as you go on a little bit further. That's the culture a little bit, because it takes. I think it takes. Guys up here don't understand. You can still be liberal, but not a pushover. You know what I'm saying? You can be a liberal and still have a spine. You can be a liberal and still say like you're wrong. Like just because like the person is gay, black, a woman or something doesn't mean they're now right in every situation. Mm-hmm. We still accept critiques. You're still allowed white men to critique us, and we respect the ones that do. You know what I mean? Because we're people too.
Yep.
And thank you for treating us as such. Touched upon that real quick. Are Trash Panda people too?
Trash Panda people too.
There you go. TPs matter.
That was a moment.
Yo,
that was a moment.
Yeah, I'm trying to reach across the table right there. I'm trying to reach across the table.
I eat ass. Okay.
I'm trying to touch those white boy titties over there. I'm trying to reach across this table, touch them white titties.
This is how you make change. Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
One set at a time.
Yeah, I mean, you see one black guy, 2 white guys, and Sometimes a white girl, sometimes Middle Eastern, sometimes African.
Honestly, it's just that like 1.5 episodes. That was so weird. So weird.
What happened?
I had a weird white moment.
She caught the white for like an episode and a half.
Holy Jesus, I caught the white.
It was so strange. So strange. Never been that way in my life.
It happens sometimes when you Mediterranean. The blood be acting up. You know,
You know
you get
what it
all
is?
the mixes.
It's been inside, you
You
know?
know, it just can't be eking out sometimes. Technology Willikers, you know.
Yeah, all this pent up whiteness that's going on is not good.
I mean, it's good for the panda.
I haven't been able to go shopping.
But let's say let me ask this: what have you found to be the hardest thing when dating for you?
The hardest thing. Wow.
So like, is it?
What are you like beating your head against the wall about dealing with women?
Yeah.
I guess the hardest thing for me to do, or I guess the hardest thing is recognizing my own like, well, just like instead of always being like I have to be right, like, you know, recognizing that you were wrong and just listening. Sometimes I'm very stubborn. I get it. I get it from my mom. I definitely do.
Like I'm stubborn, but you can prove me wrong. I'll always give you that opportunity.
Yeah,
but I mean that's something like that's been challenging to like just for myself in general.
Is there a why behind that?
No, I'm just.
I think we
I
all
get, like I said, I get it from my mama.
we all have legacy burdens. You know what I mean?
Definitely. I'm
That we
hard-headed as
like,
fuck.
and then you have to just be able to kind of like relinquish that at some point in your life. You know what I mean? In order to move forward, sometimes like if that's a deal breaker in certain situations. You know
Because
what
I'm
I mean?
so hard-headed, I constantly have to ask myself, could they be right? Could they be right? Because
Yeah,
I know I'm hard-headed.
You always have to look at other people's perspective.
Definitely.
You know?
I mean, you can write most of them off as bullshit, but take a look, take a peek. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
all about just using logic.
And just like being able to properly communicate why you're angry, like, and not,
Yeah.
you know, blow it up into something that it's not.
Yeah.
You catch yourself doing that often?
Yeah.
Really? So you bottle it up too much, is that it?
Yeah. Exactly.
Do you think relationships that you could have kept have like been broken because of that?
Probably. That's probably where my my engagement went wrong.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, I always say I was the problem in that relationship anyway. So.
Well,
Have
we
you
always
found
say it's men's fault.
I mean, have you found yourself to be the problem all the time, most of the time?
Not all the time.
What would you say is one of your instances of where you weren't the problem?
Just every time I was cheated on.
Yeah.
Shit. Okay, I mean,
That's usually how those.
you ain't slinging
ended.
that dick then. You ain't slinging that dick.
Nah,
You know
I
what
was
I'm
just
saying?
slinging it to the wrong hand.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. That happens. So
She didn't realize that this is a privilege.
So let me ask you this: how has your slinging dick game changed since your injury? Do you have to like? 'Cause I think I was asking you this yesterday.
haven't.
Like,
I really haven't dated in the last year since the injury.
We didn't
I just
say
haven't.
date.
Been,
We said slung dicks.
Yeah.
I haven't. I've
you can be honest with
I've
us.
had-
If you haven't had pussy in that time, it's okay.
no. I did. I had one hookup, and it was like a friend relationship.
Yeah.
And we just like wanted to have a little fun, so we did a couple of times.
Quarantine hoe.
It didn't really change anything about that relationship either.
The leg didn't affect
Oh,
the
when
stroke
that
game at all.
happened.
No, surprise! You know what? I was surprised in myself.
Really,
I
really.
was very proud.
You were the little engine that could, huh? The little wee wee that could. Fuck. I know you weren't holding up
Proud
against
of
any
you.
walls.
I put in my part.
Yes, you did.
Would you say it was
He don't did
50-50?
it.
I would say it was maybe a little 60-40. I'm not gonna lie. Told ya.
Told ya.
That's fucking hilarious. That's hilarious.
Oh my God. I definitely want to say thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Shit, you
it's
have to
been
do another one.
Definitely,
We
definitely.
keep doing this.
No. We're
Yeah.
gonna. He's gonna be on. This is.
I'm
Yeah.
around.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
around.
yeah,
man.
yeah.
He lives
Yeah.
here, guys.
He's always
Yeah.
around here.
Yeah.
He lives around the corner.
Yeah.
He's in
Four
the
blocks
dumpster
away.
back.
That's outside. Yeah, exactly.
Come on, motherfucker.
Hell yeah.
When I was homeless, sometimes I would run into Tiny and we go, "What do you live here now?"
Yeah.
And I would go, "Yes."
You got me. Shut up.
That bench.
I mean, bro, sometimes you gotta do it until you make it, bro.
That's just where I was.
Benches be talking sometimes. But we want to thank you for joining us for another installment of the Kingz Podcast. I've been yours truly, Karizmatik.
Irish O'Neal.
Trash Panda.
Trash Panda. PD.
No, don't do that. Trash Panda.
So bad.
I'm sorry, man. Trash Panda. See, I can be wrong.
Cheers, Kingz.
Peace. All right, you don't like
Shit is disgusting. Are you sure this the place you won't be locked up in? When your heart's pumping fast from combat with the rough